Hey guys, how are you? I'm going to be sharing a really simple recipe with you guys. You can use it on a lot of different things. So what it's going to basically be is eggplant and tomato sauce. I have used it just right on some rice or pasta, put it on chicken, put it in a wrap. Could really use it for a lot of different things and a lot of different recipes. So I'm gonna just show you really quickly what I do. So typically I have an eggplant that I have forgotten to use. So you'll see it's, just a little bit bruised, but that's okay, it's totally fine. This is typically, honestly, when I make this recipe. So what you do is you cut the top and the bottom off, and then we'll slice it and then cut it into cubes. Just like this. So cut both ends off. You can leave the skin on. If you choose to cut the skin off, that's totally fine as well. And we just want to slice it in thick slices. And then, like I said, we're going to cube it. I already cut two smaller ones as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to bake this in the oven. So with my slices, give me a minute, just shutting the timer off. You then wanna go this way. Doesn't matter how big or small, they'll all come out different sizes. It's totally fine. It'll give texture to the sauce, which is really good. So growing up as a kid, my mom used to make this, and it was like one of my favorite things. But when she used to make it, she used to actually fry it in oil. We're not gonna do that. We're going to spray ours with some oil spray, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. Once it cooks, we'll get some sauce going. Super simple, super easy. You can even have it as a dip with crackers or pita. Super delicious. And all I'm doing is I've got my baking tray to the side. Just cutting these up. I'm gonna finish cutting this up, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Hey guys, our eggplant is all cut up. I've got this big tray. This is that big eggplant that I showed you that I was cutting, and then I cut two more smaller ones. So it doesn't matter, it looks like a little overcrowded on here, doesn't matter. All I want to do is cook them down, and then these are going to cook in the sauce anyway, and I'll show you as they're in the oven what they look like and all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray some oil in them, and they're going straight in the oven. Hey guys, so these have been in the oven for about 15 minutes. See how nice and charred they're starting to come. I'm gonna just toss them for a minute and just put them back in. Looking great. All right, we're starting to make our sauce. So what I have going on now is I've got my pan heating up. I want to make sure that that's nice and hot. I've got an onion that I'm cutting up, and what we're gonna do is just dice it. Again, doesn't have to be precise measurements or anything like that. The eggplant is roasting nicely in the oven, perfectly actually. So what we're gonna do is use some cooking spray in the pan to saute these onions. So again, super simple. What I'm actually going to add to this is also some zucchini. I've got some zucchini in the fridge that I need to use up. So we're going to add some zucchini in there. If you don't have, you don't need to add it. It's perfectly fine without it. But I just want to use up what I got. Okay, one more. And this was 1 large onion. I think our pan is nice and hot. Some oil spray. Spray it real nice and dump the onions in. Perfect sear. You definitely want to hear that noise. But once they're in, just lower down the heat, because we definitely don't want to burn them. We just want to caramelize them. Okay, so as that's going on, we've got our zucchini. I'm gonna wash these zucchini up, and we're gonna chop these as well. Show you how nice and caramelized these are getting. So just want to keep turning them, make sure that they do not get burned. Just finished cutting up my zucchini. These were 2 medium-sized zucchinis. Just cut them into bite-sized pieces. Again, doesn't matter if they're all the same size or not. I'm gonna throw these into my caramelized onions. They came out amazing. So I just cranked up the heat a little bit to make sure that these cook. And just gonna spray with some oil and throw these in. They're going in. The zucchini in. They'll cook quick. That's why I don't add them in with the eggplant, because this will cook quick. Then we'll throw our tomato sauce in, get that cooking, and add the eggplant in. Okay guys, so the onions and zucchini are cooking up beautiful. They're perfect, exactly what we want it to look like. What I'm going to do is we jar our own sauce. So it's a process we do in the summer. So I've got 2 cans of sauce that I'm just gonna throw in here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So like I said, this is cooking up really great. Exactly the color we want. The pan is hot and we want that. I'm gonna throw my cans of tomato in. Yeah, beautiful color. Amazing. This is gonna taste so good. And again, obviously, if you don't have homemade canned tomato, no problem. You can use a jar, whatever it is that you typically use to make your sauce. This is our eggplant straight from the oven, perfectly cooked and tender, exactly how we want it to be. This is going to go into the sauce in just a few minutes. I just want it to cook down a little bit, and I'll show you what the sauce actually looks like. It smells amazing so far. You've got your onions and zucchini. absolutely perfect. Look at that beautiful color also. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just taking my parchment paper, picking it up, and dumping it in. Perfect. Stir this in. And we're going to put it on sim, and I'm going to cover it just like that. All these flavors kind of just marry together. We don't want to cook it to the fact where it's going to be too hot and burn. We just want this to just simmer, blend together. It's going to be amazing. How beautiful that looks. The sauce is done. Look how beautiful this came out. Super thick. Smells amazing. Tastes amazing. This is great with some rice, just by itself, with some chicken. Delicious. Hope you enjoy.